Hey, morning everyone. So, good morning. I hope some of you are joining us live. This is a little morning yoga sequence for lower back. My yoga journey started well before my hip injury. I had a fracture of my coccyx when I was in primary school, and that caused a lot of lower back pain, and it caused a lot of hip pain consequently because of that. So I'm going to share some of my favourite postures to help with a little bit of strengthening within the lower back, but also to release any tension that might be there. If you've got like bulging disc, herniated disc, I want you to avoid any forward folding or any deep twists, which we're not really going to do today, but just generally within your yoga class. So we're going to start lying down on our back. So lie down, have the soles of the feet wide and let the knees come in together. Place your hands on your ribcage and take a few deep breaths. And what we're doing here is just allowing the muscles along the length of the spine to relax here. Taking any pressure that might be off the lower back. You might feel like lifting the hips up and just tucking them under slightly to get more length on the vertebrae at the lower back. And just focus on your breathing for a few moments. And just taking your attention if there's a part of your body where you're feeling any particular pain or niggles, focus on that. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. Give your knees a hug in towards you. And you might want to create some circles here, just rolling the lower back into the mat. And then maybe go the opposite way. And it's early morning, so just be easy, be gentle with yourself. You know, we can be a bit stiffer and tighter in the morning, so just take your time. Place the soles of the feet down, arms by your sides, bridge pose. We breathe in and lift your hips up towards the ceiling, and it doesn't matter how high. It can be a fraction off the floor, it can be slightly higher. And when you get here, focus on relaxing the glutes slightly. Squeeze inner thighs towards each other and hug in through your ribcage. And breathe. So we don't want the knees to come out to the side, we want to draw them in. Otherwise that will create some pinching or tension on the lower back. Building some strength in the front of the body, as well as the back of the body. And then slowly come down. Again, breathe in, lift the hips up. And this time as you come down, place each vertebrae onto the mat as you lower down. And then take your knees and hug them in. Now if you do have lower back pain, I want you to roll over onto your side and come up. However, if you feel like rocking, you can take your hands underneath your knees and you can rock a little bit on the spine. It can feel quite nice, giving your spine a massage. And then find your balance coming up. Starting with your toes on the mat. Draw your rib cage back, your belly in, relax the shoulders. Now you're welcome to stay here, or you can lift the legs up. Good. And again, you're welcome to stay here, or you can take your arms out. Really draw your ribs back. Good. Squeeze inner thighs in. And breathe. Good. Bringing the legs down. Come round over onto all fours. Take your hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Now just check if you go into like a sway back, so the ribs come down, there's an arch in the back. I want you to draw it up, get that nice flat back, lengthen through the tailbone. Now keep that as you extend your left leg back. And then see about extending the right arm forward, but I don't want you to sway in. Hug your ribs up, lengthen through the tailbone. Get nice and strong there, hugging through the ribs. And breathe. And then lower that side down and switch to the other side. Good, so draw your ribs in, extend the leg back, and then opposite arm. And breathe. Good, and then switch sides again. Left leg comes back. Doesn't have to be high, it can be down here, or it can be up a little fraction higher. Right arm forward. Breathe. And then switching sides one last time. Right leg back, left arm forward. Good, coming back down. Taking your knees a little bit wider, sit the hips back for child's pose. Extend the arms forward, and you can sway a little bit from side to side here. And then walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Take your left hand on top of the right hand and let the chest relax down, the hips relax down. And then switching over to the opposite side. Left, taking your hands to the left side of the mat, right hand on top. Relaxing the hips and the chest down. Bringing the hands all the way back, come up onto all fours and bring your right foot forward. Now if you need to have some padding underneath your knee, grab a cushion or a blanket, tuck this back to under and slide the leg back a little fraction here. Okay, now what you're looking to do is relax the hips down to get into the front of this left hip flexor, that psoas muscle. And then bring the hands onto the knee. So this shin is vertical, and this hip is getting some space there. So we're releasing out the muscle in the lower back through the hip. So don't go too deep, it's early morning. We don't want to cause any pain or injury. So go into where you feel something but not too painful. Okay, bring your hands down towards your mat. Now take your hips back, bring your toes up, walk your hands back slightly. So draw your toes up and send your hips back, getting into the back of this hamstring. So when hamstrings are tight, lower back's tight and vice versa. Good. Bring it forward. And then it's up to you whether you want to just come onto your knees again, or you can take a downward dog. Keep your knees bent in downward dog, nice long spine. And then your left foot steps forward, right knee down. Send that knee back slightly, and bring the hands up onto the thigh there. You can relax the back toes or you can have it tucked under. And sink slightly down into the hip. And just feel that space across the front of the hip flexor. Draw your tailbone towards the floor. And breathe. Yeah, bring the hands down, sit the hips back, bring the toes up. So draw your toes towards you. You can walk your hands all the way back, lift the chest up, and start to lower the left hip, feeling your hamstring. Then bending your knee, coming forward, and take it either onto knees or back into downward dog. Keep your knees bent, lengthen through the spine, relax the head. Just taking the pressure off the hamstrings here to focus on lengthening out the lower back. Come back down onto your knees. Get that tabletop position again where you're hugging in your ribs. Extend the right leg back. And then see if we can extend the left leg back into plank. You're very welcome to be on knees, but what you'll have to do is shift the hips forward slightly. Really draw your tailbone under here. So I used to really hate plank postures. Still not my favourite. But they've been fantastic for my core and my lower back. Okay, so breathe here. I was saying to my class last night, think happy thoughts, smile. Good. And then lower the knees, lower all the way to your mat. Take both arms forward and lift the right leg up. My left leg, right leg up, left arm forward. And then exhale, lower. Left leg up, right arm lifts up. And exhale. And just keep switching sides. Inhaling, exhaling. Now you're welcome to stay here doing one side at a time. Or lift both arms and legs and swim. Don't think about it, just move, opposite arms and legs, breathe, hug your belly button up and away from the floor. Good, you're almost there. Good, coming down, bringing your hands by your chest, push onto knees, take it back into a child's pose. Just have another little sway from side to side. Good. And then come back up onto hands and knees, and if you can, into downward dog. You're welcome to stay in your child's pose. And then step your left foot forward. We're coming up into triangle position. So it's not a wide stance. Straighten this front leg with a tiny little micro bend in it. Take the arms out. Shift your hips back and let this arm just rest to the inside of the shin here. Sweep the hand down and forward. I want you to extend through the fingers and press down through the toes. I want you to feel it on the lower back here. Good. You might want to rotate the rib cage up to the side or slightly down, but focus on the lower back, the top of the pelvis. Good. And then breathe in, just take your hand to your hip, bend your knee, come all the way up. And just switch sides here. So turn your left toes in, your right toes out. Extend the arms, shift your hips back, reach the right arm forward, tiny little bend in your knee, bring this hand down, and then the top arm, sweep it towards the floor, and then forward. So press through the hands and through the foot there, to feel it right across your lower back. Good, another breath. Good. Take your left hand to your hip, bend your knee, come all the way up, and come back down to your mat, nothing fancy, just come down, have a seat, and lie on your back. Come back where we started in our bridge pose, so have your feet on your mat, arms by your sides. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Squeezing inner thighs towards each other, hug your ribs in, pressing down through your shoulders. And then exhale, bring it back down. And one more inhale, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, coming down. Now scoot your hips over to the left side. Lower your knees over to the right side. And if you've got space, extend the arms out. And on the left side of the waist, feel your hips moving away from the rib cage. Feel your left shoulder relax towards your mat. And breathe here. So you can also take some cushions between the knees or even under the knees so you're not too deep into your twist. So just take it as far as it feels right for your lower back this morning. And then bringing your knees back up. Taking your hips over to the right side, lower the knees to the left side. Breathe into the right side of the ribs. Coming all the way back round. Draw your knees in and just make little circles, giving your lower back that massage into the mat. And taking the feet wide again, the knees together. So you're welcome to stay here if you've got time. And then you can have a Shavasana here, or you can extend your legs out, maybe have a pillow or some cushions underneath the knees. So if you've got some time, I would recommend a Shavasana, but otherwise roll to one side, push yourself back up. Come to seated, bringing your hands together. Just checking in with how you feel this morning. You might want to set an intention for your day, taking this energy, this movement, how you feel right now into your day. So thank you so much for taking the time to practice this morning. If you've got any questions or any comments, please leave them and I will get back to you. Have a great day. Namaste. Thank you.